guys, Joe with Colab Garage. I just want to give you a little bit of history on how we started the company and how we came to have Ron Litteral's FD car here. So I've been in the industry for over 25 years now. This all started with working out of my garage, building my own stuff, and then like many people who started shops, you get more people say, hey, will you build my car? We do this, we do that. Eventually it turns into having your own shop. But over the years, I've been involved with multiple different industries in the automotive profession, and I've also managed some shops. And a little over a year ago, I decided, you know what, it's time to start my own thing. So that's how Colab Garage came to be. And just a little history on the name. Colab is a short play on words for collaboration, because we are trying to bring a bunch of very smart people together and collaborate. So, and then also online, I don't know how it happened, but I got the nickname Mad Scientist for building a bunch of off-the-wall shit or things that people aren't thinking would be like the normal way of doing it. And that name kind of just stuck. And so we wanted to have a play on words on that. So we came up with the lab, Colab. And a lot of the things we do here, we're kind of bringing everyone in and working in the lab and coming up with some pretty cool and innovative products. Moving on to Ryan's car. I've worked with Ryan ever since this car came to be, when I was at the shop that I used to manage. And I kind of built a relationship with him about 3 years ago. And I've kept in touch with him. I've built some things on this car over the years. And we finally decided that, hey, it's time to make this car a little bit, take it to the next level. So we'll put it that way. There's a lot of things that I wasn't involved in the last 2 seasons, but I have a lot of friends that were on the team and they were telling me about the things that needed to change about the car. Number one thing was making it easier to work on. Because if something were to happen, hey, in this type of racing, engines get hurt, things get ran into, stuff blows up, things break, body parts fly off, and we need to be able to work on it as fast as possible. I think what was the current runtime with 2 guys that knew how to work on this car, very familiar with the car, it would take 18 hours to swap it over. Well, if you're in competition, you're done for the weekend. So that was our number one priority that we started on here with myself and Jacob. We wanted to make the front of this car be able to be worked on as fast as possible. So if you take a look here, the front end, we basically cut from the legal point in the rule book. You're not allowed to mess with anything behind the strut tower, and you're not allowed to mess with anything rearward of the forward most suspension pickup point. So we read through the rule book and went right to the limit of what you're allowed to do. And we made this so this front end is going to be removable. So with 4 quick pins and a couple dry brake disconnects, you're gonna be able to, with 2 people, slide the entire front of this car off and get to the engine to be able to pull it out, service different items. If he hits the front of the car on the wall or with another competitor, we would be able to just put a whole new front end on the car within 5 minutes or less. Another thing that we saw with the turbo system, there just wasn't a lot of room. All the stuff in this corner, you can kind of see it from the competition from the last 2 seasons. All the stuff was just getting baked, and they weren't able to work on it. There was no clearance for anything. So we're actually going to an internally gated turbo and getting rid of the external wastegate. It's going to simplify everything. We're going to be able to use electronic wastegate, like all modern vehicles these days, and simplify the system and get rid of a lot of the complexity. Because in racing, if you have a complex vehicle, it's going to break and you're not going to be able to fix it. So that's what we're trying to avoid.
Let's get started.
Life is good. Here we go.
Life is a journey.
Here we go.
good.
What's up, guys? Jacob from Colab. Yes, we cut this S15 to pieces and basically started welding tubing to it. We made these big slugs for receivers. We've got quick pins that you pull, and then with a slight tap of the mallet, the whole front end pops off. Everything that comes to the front, which will be the oil cooler, the headlights, and the intercooler, will be quick disconnects. So we're going to be using on the intercooler piping, Vibrance HD clamp assemblies. So you can quickly take the intercooler piping off. On the oil cooler, we're going to be using Vibrance dry brakes that are awesome. Don't leave a mess. You don't even have to bleed the system afterwards. They will be great. And then we've got a wiring disconnect bulkhead fitting, courtesy of our man Dustin Griggs at A&X Wiring Supply. And basically you pop those, all that off, pull the pins, and the entire front of the car pops off so that you can get to the engine, get to what you need to do, pull the engine out, all those things. So that's one of the biggest projects we've been working on to make this car more race car.